Ooh, we're on, back with another one. Well done if you endured my epic life story on the last one. And suddenly I'm back with another one so soon. You probably won't see another one for a year, but I'm having to squat down so I stay in shot because I've got to go back here and cut my head off so you can see this bit. So yeah, a long while ago I built a system and I had a very effective, if it can be seen, copper immersion chiller. The problem being is the hoods that you can't see because they're out of shot because it won't come over enough. I can't obviously put down and lift out because the hoods are in the way, and obviously you don't want to be pulling 50 litres, 40 litres full of boiling hot work. That's not why I bought these smaller ones. These were for another project. They were probably just about work, but I did contemplate on building a counterflow chiller, and obviously with everything else that's gone on I knew I just wasn't going to have time. I did buy one of these, but I did build a hot filter a long while ago which is on a video, and I acquired a nice professional looking one as well. So this one came to me, wasn't blocked, but it had a lot of crap in it and it took ages and ages to get it out. So I'm thinking I'm going to sell this because I've always wanted a full tubular counterflow chiller, although obviously they're not as compact as this. Obviously this can be sort of, you can make some kind of strap and attach it somewhere. Obviously you need to take it off the back, flush it and clean it. But a long while ago, I've been looking at ages and they're not cheap. Bringing them in from China was just as expensive with postage and VAT as buying one from Bolt Miller or Brew Keg Tat. I don't know how many companies we've got left now, but they're either out of stock or they're in excess of £100 towards 150, which I don't want to spend that much money. I saw one on eBay. It was the Colossus, I think, Mark II with the built-in tri-clamp fittings, and it was 125 quid plus postage. I didn't want to pay that much. He had it for best offer, and I made an offer after a week of it sitting there unsold. And he didn't accept the offer. And then someone promptly bought it anyway. So someone else has got it and I haven't, unfortunately. So I missed a couple on Brew Bay. One went before I even had a chance, even though I'm an admin. And another one was on a job lot with all the other brewing equipment, and then he obviously sold that part and not the other bit, being the chiller. So finally I have a lot. I have literally not taken this out of the box to have a look at it. I've got a load of silicone pipe, a bit smaller diameter than the stuff I was using, but as you can see there's a couple of tubular fittings. We've got the cam lock fittings, another unused piece there, might come in handy. I might go for a bigger diameter pipe than this actually, but get that off. I didn't go for these cam lock hose fittings because there's quite a small folio. I don't know whether we've got one in here, no. We've got the cam lock fittings that I'm sure you're familiar with from other people's channels. They're the female version. We've got a hose fitting in here as well, I think. No, it's not. It's a oh, it's another pressure cap. You chuck that in as well. I have got one of those, but another one's always handy for a keg cleaner or pressurising a bottle. soda money. Oh, a fair old chunk away. I think these are a bit better quality made specification than some of the Ching Wing Wing Wong ones on AliExpress. I'm not going to get tri-clamps on those because the flanges are going to get in the way of the campers. Obviously they're your hose lock fittings for your water anyway, so they're what I use, so that's not an issue. I'll just change these out for tri-clamp. I haven't got any two hands because everything is in a bloody great box, but you know what I mean, one of them, if anyone who's watching and not caught up. So yeah, we have this, I think it's 6.5 meters. Obviously you have to recirculate, so it's not going to go through and out to pitching temperature in one hit. You have to circulate and bring the whole vessel's temperature down to a suitable point where it will come out at pitching temperature or near enough the time you transfer it into your fermenter. So the idea for me is wherever this may live, once I clear all the crap from underneath here, when that finds a home, is I can just wheel over the Chronicle, connect it up directly from pipe and pump straight into the fermenter. Shut the valve off, disconnect everything, clean it, pitch the yeast, wheel the fermenter back into its position, and job done. So my new acquisition is this. It cost me 87 quid. I paid him a little bit extra to cover the PayPal fees because he didn't want to do it friends and family, but I've done it goods and services, obviously, for the sake of safety, because I don't know the guy, haven't dealt with him before, so it was only a couple of pound more, and that'll be about, well, it's the best part of £8-9 for postage. It does weigh 2 kg, so we've got that. So I'll unscrew anyway. We'll be swapping them out for tri-clamps and some thicker PTFE tape, because that's normally always a gremlin on these. Take some water. It's a bit sticky, so it needs a wash in the back thingy, and we'll go into equipment store for now. I've got to find somewhere and some way of rigging it up. Possibly because I've got the other pumps to go in. I have got the little 12 volt or 24 volt DC pumps, which is the current configuration in the control panel, and I have got the mag pumps that I bought when they were at sale. Cape Kingdom, I don't know whether he's still going, but I thought I'll use the old DC pumps first unless I find another use for them before I retrofit this, because I think these are 240. So I thought, well, it's no point buying something and then not using it, so I might as well use them until they knacker up, and then I'll just upgrade them to the Keg Kingdom pumps. Breath now. Look at this. I should go for my 6-month scan soon. It's twins. Left and right. Oh. Yeah, so that's it. So I thought a little upgrade, little update. You know, if things pop up that I still wanted and they're the right price, then I'll still buy them. So that's more or less it for now. I'm gonna, while I've got the railway stuff out of the way, come in here and give it another good clean through, and winterise the shed ready for the next bloody old winter we'll have. So I'll have to put the tube heater in, and I have it on the Inkbirds, the Wi-Fi one, so I can keep an eye on the temperature. I just have them on at 1 degree so they kick in, just to keep a little bit of warmth in the pipe area, just to stop any disasters, because I did have a water heater underneath here. There's a little bit of dead water sits in the pipe, and I came in here and it sort of hydraulic when it froze and pushed it off the fitting. Luckily the actual heater hadn't cracked, or well, there's no leaks and it still worked this year when I plumbed it in at the minute, because I'm doing lots going on in the garden still while we've got a bit of good weather. I've got some blue pipe, water pipes, so I'm going to attempt, while I've got the yard in a mess, to make more mess and get a sort of semi-permanent water supply from the garage into here, so that I haven't got to keep messing around with those pipes. Or if not, I was going to buy one of those caravan ones that are more what do they call it, food friendly, because a normal garden hose pipe, I mean, I'm a 60s kid, we drank from hose pipes, but obviously you need to let the water flow through and not get the chemically taste of the standing water. But yeah, I used to run it from the garage into here and then run it through. I've got another filter system I put in place, what I got from Proofix years ago, plus the RO system, but obviously it's direct cold water feed through, and then I've got hot and cold on the tap for rinsing and cleaning. So yeah, there's still some more upgrades to do while I still use this room, and what happens in the future, who knows. I haven't discounted going back now that shed's gone against the garage, building a lean-to there. Obviously I've got a big antenna mast in the garden as well, so that would either have to build up to that, or that would have to go as well, because CB radio and ham radio is another hobby of mine that sort of I'm not active in at the minute. But never say never, as they never said before I did, yes. So yeah, it might happen, because obviously I don't know long term my mobility issues coming all the way down this garden at 3 different levels and stepping up into the shed and a narrow door in the future may be an issue. Sounds like tea's ready, so I'm going to cut this one off before I waffle on any longer. So yeah, there might be a wheelchair sort of friendly brew shed 3.0 one day, but not yet.